What up? Hey, it's Bodhi from iHeartRadio. We're hanging out on the Five Finger Death Punch, Breaking Benjamin, Nothing More, Bad Wolves tour. Look who's hanging with us now. Freaking Ivan Moody from Five Finger Death Punch is here, man. What up, brother?
What's up, man? Good to see you.
It's so good to hang out with you again, man.
It's good to see you again. It's been a long time.
It has been a few years.
Last time I saw you, you were actually just talking about it. We were out in the VIP area hanging out with John Stevens and some friends. And
Yep.
So it's been a long time, man. It's nice to see you.
Well, you've got another freaking huge hit rolling up the charts right now as we speak with Champagne, man. Congratulations
it's been
on that one.
with that song. It's great.
Dude, I go postal every time I hear that song. I freaking love it, man.
I'm proud of it. It's cool.
I love it.
I got a lot of heat for that one. I like it.
Why? Why did you get heat
what
for it?
What do you mean, why?
Yeah.
It's because nobody has the nuts these days to actually call out the people who call them out. Everybody's so scared, and it's impossible for me to wrap my head around it. I mean, if somebody's going to fabricate a story about you or exaggerate you as a human being and has no idea who you really are, then be it not me to sit by and be, idly incompetent about it. I'm going to say something. And so Champagne was a good chance for me to say, F-bomb, 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 up yours. So it was nice. I like it.
Well, I think a lot of people appreciate that too because, man, when you're brutally honest, it's going to hit home with a lot of people, man. Somebody is going to be like, amen, exactly. I feel the exact same way about, my job or people that I hang out with, people that I thought I could trust or whatever.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And, I mean, that's one thing that hip-hop really has up on the metal rock side of the world. Rock singers, we're all poetic, so we kind of, that. We try to manipulate it around so we're getting it off our chest without offending anyone. And I've always thought that was kind of fruity. If you're going to say it, especially in rock and roll, what a better platform, So I watch hip-hop guys constantly, that they're not even disrespectful. They're just saying, I don't agree with you, I don't like you, that's the way it is. And then they put it to a song. And I think a lot of metal guys are too busy, writing songs about burning churches and holding swords in the air while they're riding off in stallions. I mean, I don't get it. So for me, it's just like I said, it's a great platform, man. I'm really happy to be in that position.
What artists on the urban side of things do you listen to? Who do you like?
I'm a huge Method Man fan.
Yeah?
Method Cow by himself, for sure. I love Wu-Tang. Always dug DMX. I like how he's kind of trouble-ridden. I think that's kind of fun. Eminem, of course, Dre, Cube, the whole NWA team. I mean, but I listen to a lot of underground stuff, too. And I listen, when it's hip-hop, it's not just, the underground stuff that a lot of people, it comes to fruition. There's a lot of club bands that I like to see. As a matter of fact, speaking of which, I just saw Fishbone the other night. And just something that most people wouldn't imagine seeing me there. I was at Imagine Dragons the other night. 21 Pilots, Chris Puth. There's a lot of, I just love music. I'm so not judgmental when it comes to it. I can't condemn an artist for writing something that they feel. I think it's a gift and an honor to be in that position. So
now you just saw 21 Pilots within the last few days?
No, with a couple weeks.
Okay, but how many of the new songs did you hear them play and how did they sound?
They only played 3 of the new songs when I saw them.
Because Jumpsuit's the only one of the new ones I've heard so far.
Yeah, and I got to tell you though, it's like when I go to concerts like that, it's so refreshing for one because I don't get noticed. That's not really my crowd, right? I would think. And going to 21 Pilots, I stood out in the crowd. I just bought tickets. I didn't pull weight. Same thing with Imagine Dragons. And watching them perform and seeing how at ease they were with their older material and how they came over whatever hump it is to play their new stuff, but they mixed it in just right. And I thought it was, front to back, I thought it was one of the best shows I've seen in years.
Ivan Moody from Five Finger Death Punch is hanging out with us right now. No, it's all right, brother. It's all right, man. Ivan's hanging out with us from Death Punch right at the moment. And I got to throw a compliment your way because if you guys have seen this band, you know that this guy right here, as a front man, can take anybody, no matter if it's a 25,000-seat pavilion like what they're playing in tonight or in a 20,000-seat arena. This guy can make anybody, no matter where you're sitting, feel like you're right there in the front row. You have a way of engaging with people,
awesome.
man. And were you Were you the entertainer back in high school? Were you that guy like in high school that you felt good, getting other people to like laugh or just were you the?
I don't know if you call it an entertainer. I got suspended a lot. I got kicked off of buses. And,
did you?
Yeah. No, I mean, I grew up. My mom's responsible for a lot of it. My grandmother. I grew up wearing my emotions on my sleeves, and I'm never going to be a rock star. We were just talking about the Deadpool theory. I am not a hero, nor will I ever be. But I'm not a villain either. I like the gray area. And when these people come to shows, this is something that really upsets me about some bands. It's not about me. This band is bigger than me. It's bigger than Zoltan. It's bigger than anybody here. And that 25,000 people out there, those people, that's what this is about. And that's what has, how would I say it? I mean, just, pushed us into where we are now. So when I'm out there and I'm talking to the people on the lawn, when I was growing up, those were my seats. I couldn't afford sitting up front. So meet and greets, you got to be kidding me. Mm-hmm. So I understand what they're going through back there, standing on a lean, having a lawn chair and having to go 20 yards to get a $20 beer and then come back and miss something. And so for me, man, I just want to make sure everybody's having a good time and that the outside world is exactly that. It's the outside world right now. They paid to be entertained and to feel like they're a part of something. And I'm entertained at the fact that I get to be a part of something that big too. So thank you for saying that.
Well, you guys are badass on stage. These guys are so good live. They are so freaking good live, man. They've just got these huge chords, and this guy's voice, I mean, he just has a way of speaking to you and singing to you and just bringing you in and going, I'm going to go get that freaking album now, man. I want to hear that whole freaking thing, man. They are so good live. They are so good live. Ivan's hanging out with us from Death Punch right now. We were just talking a little bit ago about Infinity War and Deadpool 2, and how much I was telling him that Johnny Blaze, the Ghost Rider, is my favorite Marvel character, and I want him so bad to be, welcomed back into the MCU because he's been with a different studio and all that stuff for a little while, blah, 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 yeah.
Horrible.
But
Ghost Rider is such a big component of comic book history. It's embarrassing, I'm assuming, that they haven't got to do some more with him. So I'm with you.
Hopefully.
Ghost Rider fanatic.
Right there, man.
All about
absolutely,
it.
Absolutely. Now, without giving too much away, we were just talking about how cool these last two movies have been with Deadpool and Infinity War. I can't believe Ant-Man. Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now.
Yeah.
Did you miss that? Or did you wish that like Hank Pym would have been the role of Ant-Man, or are you cool with the way that they're throwing him in there as the older guy?
I was going to say I'm good with it, man. I think that, I mean, whoever I'd like to meet. How do I put this without being rude and getting called out 4 days later? Let's just say I think they did well. All right, I'll just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan. Okay, and. This will get me in trouble, but I don't freaking care. All right.
That's what I love about this guy. He's honest.
I think Nic Cage is a great actor. I think he's had some fantastic roles. Gone in 60 Seconds, God of War, stuff like that. But not my first choice for Johnny Blaze. And I know he's a fan. I know, that probably supersedes everything else. And his son is also a friend of ours. So I'm not talking trash. I'm just saying Nic Cage, in my opinion, was not the right person for that role. So if they bring Ghost Rider back, I'm throwing my name out there for the role. And if not myself, somebody who's a lot like me, like one of my alter egos maybe. So.
Where do you think they could take Deadpool?
I've gotten so much trouble. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I mean, you know what they say? There's no such thing as bad publicity anymore, dude.
And I'm just tired of holding back. I really am. This is 2018, dude. I've earned the right to speak my piece, and so has everybody else. We live in a country where that's, not shunned upon. So, again, be it not me. I'm not going to sit on the back burner and just watch the world go by. That's not my style. Just never will be either, so F them.
Where do you think they take Deadpool next? Do you think they're because he's got a team? He's got a team now.
No, he doesn't.
Well,
they're all dead.
Well,
that was the best part of the movie. No, I know he does. You're right. I just thought that was funny part of the movie. Killed off everybody on his team right out of the gate. I would really like to see the Harley Deadpool thing come to fruition because that did happen. I can't give anything away. See, I'm such a comic nerd.
Dude, you and I are a lot alike. I mean, we're both comic book nerds growing up, man, and so we kind of, if they're going the same way the books do, okay, we kind of have an idea as to where it's going. Yeah. But Infinity War, I mean, we didn't get to see Clint, Hawkeye. We didn't get to see Scott Lang, the Ant-Man.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Spider-Man was moot. See, that's what I'm saying. Because you and I could probably ruin the entire fucking next 5 years of Marvel and DC, for that matter, for the entire world. And I'm just trying to bite my tongue so bad right now. If they do it right, this is going to be amazing. You know what? I wanted to say that. I think it's so cool that comic books are like the light of movies now. Because back when we were kids, I always thought, I was like, man, they should make movies out of this. I'm tired of these dumb roles and, aliens and woo. Comic books are the shite.
They are.
I'm trying to fight all these bad words. It really is, and to see it like getting to be as big as it is, and just people respecting it, not looking at it like it's some goofy kind of hobby that comes with a free piece of gum. I really enjoy that. So.
And you know what? The hell with Academy Awards. Marvel movies are the best thing going right now.
Absolutely, hands down. Preach on, brother.
Where's Five Finger going after you guys get done with this current tour with Breaking Benjamin? What's next?
I'm actually going home for a little bit. We are, Zoe and Jason are going back to the drawing board, and they're starting to write some new music, figuring out the politics that are involved. I mean, it's been a long couple of years for us, and a lot of it had to do with my dumbass, so I've had to rebuild myself and reestablish myself. So when I get home, I got rid of my old lifestyle, people, places, and things. I changed completely. So I'm not living in Colorado anymore, even though it is my home and my heart. I moved back to Vegas. I've got a lot of little hobbies and knick-knack thingies I'm doing. I'm working on some other stuff, book ideas, et cetera. And for me, I just want to relax and enjoy this. It got to be so overwhelming for me and such a pressure cooker that I didn't realize this isn't work. It's an insult when I watch bands say this is work. You're on stage for an hour and a half, like we were talking, having fun. You're basically singing a song that you wrote. This was a piece of your life, a moment in time, and now you get to put it out there to the masses. Why and when would that become work? So I'm just really trying to enjoy it, man. You saw it. I have my dog out with me, and literally my dog, and bought a smart car for tour, and I'm just trying to have fun. My socks, just a little
He's got Deadpool socks, man.
Coming to a stage near you. Yeah, I'm just trying to have a good time, man. So after this, to answer your question, I'm not sure. It's going to take a month or two, holidays and whatnot, and I'm probably going to travel. I was thinking about spending Christmas in Norway or, Switzerland, something like that. We see the world, but we don't really get to see it.
Right.
So I got a lot on my plate, man, and I'm just how about you? What are you doing at the end of the year?
Well, I always look forward to Halloween every freaking year. Yeah. I just have to decide what the hell I'm going to be for Halloween this year.
That's always a toughie.
I was Corey Taylor dressed up as Slipknot last year.
Oh, yeah?
For it. So, rocked the whole jumpsuit, the mask, the whole 9 yards. I'm thinking about going
Nobody ever wants to be me. Everybody wants to be Corey.
Well, I don't have all the ink, though, man. I don't have enough ink to pull you off,
They make Sharpies for that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and they've got those shirts now,
I'm just kidding.
The sleeves.
I know. Corey,
it wouldn't look as cool,
Corey and me
though.
have a really fun nature of competitive, whatever. And I just think it's funny. I have kids come up to me all the time like, you and Corey this, and Corey and you this, and Corey. And I'm like, I get it. I get it.
But that's cool company to be in, though,
it's
right?
Priest. Yeah, I know. But it's like, Jesus, Corey, take a break. Give me some fucking love, man. Sorry. I love that guy. He's fun.
I love hanging out with Ivan. Can you tell? I mean, Jesus Christ, this guy is one of the best interviews on the freaking planet. Why? Because he doesn't hold anything back. He doesn't protect anything. He lets you know exactly what is on top of his mind, and that's why I freaking love hanging out with this guy, man. Thank you so much for the time, Ivan. I appreciate it, man.